with your business. Where is this going to go? Where's XX going to go, man?
Hopefully to the moon.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day at a time.
You're working with some big names, though.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to do really this year is just dial in. I get a lot of love from the electronic dance community and the DJs within, and obviously, these kids that spend every dollar they make to go to these festivals when they see a DJ wearing it, that's super cool. I would love to work with them to just put these out on their merch lines, create a more customizable for their brand, right? Allow them to express their creativity throughout the design as well, and then use the share platforms to hopefully get some people in some chains that make them look cool.
Baby, I am here with my buddy Jaxx. He is going to go deep dive into some of the coolest stuff that is handmade here in Utah. I can't wait to share it, but first, you got to you got to subscribe. This is the Utah Business Spotlight, baby. Jaxx, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, man? Thanks for having me.
Well, first and foremost, dude, you're killing us with that stash. I love the style. I love the branding. I love the necklaces. Tell us all about what you're doing. I'm looking at these beautiful pieces of art.
Thank you.
Jaxx, I really want to know about them. So tell me, first and foremost, where can people find us so that you don't forget?
My brand's XX By Jaxx, xxbyjaxx.com, and at XX By Jaxx on Instagram as well, too. We just hit our 4-year anniversary in business on Monday of this week.
Love it, man.
Yeah, big
baby,
day.
You're past the 3-year get out stage.
Yeah, someone told me the other day that 99% of businesses fail in the first year, so I guess I made it past that.
Yeah,
so
you're a rock and rolling,
live
baby.
to see another day.
I love it, man. And this is just so cool, so eye-catching. I got to tell you, the ladies on our team went bananas for Jaxx. I'm like, oh man, Jaxx is coming. Jaxx is coming. My executive coordinator, she can't get enough of this young man. So share with me, I love jewelry. I have custom jewelry. I make jewelry. Stupid little bracelets that we give away, which I love because and I have a lot of stories around jewelry. Here, it's not as big a deal as it was in, let's say, New York, right? But there's pockets. I grew up in Greenwich Village, man. I grew up in Brooklyn and Greenwich Village, and I was a disc jockey all in the 70s and 80s, and it was cool. And there was a cachet to being different.
Yeah.
But I found that a lot of people want us to be the same, but you're not living in that box, baby.
No, I'd probably be quite the opposite. Yeah.
Well, tell me about it, man. I love this.
Yeah, man. It's all started on, I guess, I've always wanted to be different. Guess I started getting into clothing and jewelry about 5 years ago. I noticed a big difference when I go through my camera roll back in about 2020. I started making these custom hats, like cowboy hats with, bandana print around them, and adding chains. And I started selling a few of those. It really triggered my mind to start thinking about building a business. But I was always into jewelry, and I came up with this original idea that I call chrome candy to make these necklaces.
Whoa, man! You just hit at something which I love. What do you call it?
Call it chrome candy. So
chrome candy, baby.
Chrome candy.
This is chrome candy. It looks good enough to eat.
Don't do that. It might break your teeth, though.
It will certainly break your teeth, but it's chrome candy. I love it.
Yeah, so it's based around the rave culture in the music world. They trade these bracelets called candy bracelets, right? That have letters on them. And I had a friend that always wore these necklaces, and he wasn't a part of the rave scene. When he passed away, I had the idea to, come up with this necklace, a full metal rave candy built to last a lifetime. So I've, had a couple little side ventures, worked with a couple DJs to drop these on their merch lines, which was a huge blessing to, be able to tap into their audience as well. And then it's just expanded, man. I started making rings, making other kinds of bracelets, necklaces, all kinds of stuff. And, here we are.
Jaxx, I love it, man. Let me see this last one.
This one right here?
Yeah, those last two.
This is my
sick,
this is my dad's favorite. He calls this one the rock star.
Whoa!
Yeah, that could be a murder weapon.
Man,
be careful.
This has got some great weight to it. Oh, and it's got the double X, baby. Yeah. I love this. Holy moly, man. I'm turning it into a bracelet right away because that is sick.
Yeah.
So cool. And I love your clasps.
Those are a work in progress. I get yelled at by guys sometimes because they're too small, and then girls get yelled at me because they're too big. So I'm like,
it is what it is, baby. So this feels great, man. This is beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Thank you.
This is sick. Let's see this one, man.
So this is the first collaboration I did with a DJ called Sudden Death. Sudden Death. One of his projects is called Void. So we did about 1,000 of these together.
Oh, sick. I love the little
Yeah.
barbed wire on it,
So
baby.
when I work with these DJs, I've allowed them to
Orange.
kind of customize and, give me exactly what they want to, show their brand.
So cool. You got the mine, you got the this is cool. And this is for sudden death?
For sudden death. Yeah. We sold about 1,000 of those. And every time I go to festivals and there's people wearing those, it blows my mind seeing them in a crowd.
That is cool as chips, man. I just, here's the thing. When you find cool stuff, I was, I should have brought my stuff. We could have compared stuff. One of the things I love having something different on.
Yeah, me too.
There's nothing like it. I've had this crucifix since 96. I had it made for me. It's made out of platinum and diamonds. And when I had it made, we just won Salon of the Year. So obviously, as a hairstylist and a disc jockey for so long, I was always looking for something different. My hair was long. I had a Mohican. It was all red at one point. Like I was wild for the moment. Super. Yeah. It was like, and I was like, singing "You Spin Me Round." But you have to be different to stand out.
Yeah.
When you're an artist, you have to find that style because you are that. And I think that these pieces just elegantly, and I'm going to use that for anybody watching, these are elegant pieces. They are stylish and elegant at the same time. They're individual and they feel good. And the weight to them lets you know something's there. Tell me about this piece. This is really pretty.
So I just designed that 2 days ago. I do a lot of pearl designs as well. So I like to make these by hand because I can customize them. And we do about once a month, I'll drop 31 of one designs. I still haven't decided if I'm going to make more of those and sell that or leave it as a one of one and let someone have a really special piece.
That's beautiful.
I love pearls. I've always just been super attracted to them and I feel I look good in them. So
Really?
that works too.
Yeah, I see you have some on, but this piece is sick.
That's our recent home run piece. I call that the braided Cuban.
It's so
I worked with a
cool.
manufacturer to put those together. They hate me for it because you can imagine they're wrapping that individually around each piece one at a time.
So what he has here, which is super, super cool, and I'm sure we'll put a picture on, but it is a Cuban link with pearls in between, like each Cuban piece is holding and situating pearl up, pearl down, pearl up, pearl down. This is a beautiful piece. I've never seen anything like it.
These ones are pretty damn near indestructible because these are all welded clasps. All the metal ones are they're welded shut together. That braided Cuban though is definitely on the parts. This is on the more fragile side. I would not wear that one into a mosh pit if I were you.
This is beautiful, and they all have your the XX, which is cool. The hearts. This is gorgeous.
If they're not on the bottom, I'll put it up on the hang tag at the top or the.
So here's the thing, man. One of the things, how has owning your own business that's an artistic based business, how's that set you free, brother?
Well, I'll be pretty blunt with you. It set me a little too free. About a year ago that I got wrapped up into some stuff, just having wake up in the morning, have to get something done. I got way too free. I almost fell off the wagon completely. The business had no money. It was damn near rock bottom for me, just getting into some trouble and doing some things like that. But we've bounced back pretty hard recently. And I've just noticed, man, if you got to have a schedule, I've been doing sales on the side again because I noticed that keeps me in the best headspace possible. You have to wake up and you have to do something.
And I want to say the wisdom for a young fellow like yourself to really isolate and understand, you have to have a schedule. We talked about it at our Tuesday night meeting, that always every Tuesday we have a marketing and mindset meeting here at Bad Bet Productions, and it's free. If you guys want to come, please come. We serve yummy, yummy burritos and great cookies.
My love language.
Yeah, right. And we just get a group of people and I walk them through their marketing and their mindset. But we talked about intention and decision and target. And you have, intention means you're intense and that you're creating your own tension. And when you have that, you can go to the next level, right? But when you're just passionate is everywhere. Intention is focused.
Yeah.
Right. And then decision, which sits in, so you decide, you become intense, and then you choose that target, you're going to stay on all the time. And I love that that's what you're doing now. with your business. Where is this going to go? Where's Double X going to go, man?
Hopefully to the moon.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day at a time.
You're working with some big names, though.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to do really this year is just dial in. I get a lot of love from the electronic dance community and the DJs within, and obviously, these kids that spend every dollar they make to go to these festivals. When they see a DJ wearing it, that's super cool. I would love to work with them to just put these out on their merch lines, create a more customizable for their brand, right? Allow them to express their creativity throughout the design as well, and then use the share platforms to hopefully get some people in some chains that make them look cool.
Yeah. And so what does something like this go for? Like, what are your price ranges? How do people get into it?
So I usually try and keep a few pieces, about 5 to 10 pieces at all times, in the $50 to $75 range.
Oh, right on.
That's for the necklaces. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Most of the necklaces are going to come out to about 125 to 175 bucks.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was zeros at the end of that, man. I was like, oh man, this is only 175 bucks.
I'll tell you what, when we're working with stainless steel now. I use surgical grade stainless steel just because it's my favorite. Like, I like the shininess and it gets a little scratched up. I definitely want to expand to be able to allow for 316 sterling silver, platinum, and also on the pearl grading, we use just, quadruple A pearl grade. You get into like A or AA pearl grade, which is the perfect shaped balls.
Sure.
They definitely won't be 175 bucks. They'll probably be about 17.
Yeah, right. But to tell you the truth, I love these freshwater,
I love it, man.
cultured pearls that have a uniqueness. I'd rather have them than a series, right?
Me too.
Because you have the perfect spheres already in the stainless.
Yeah.
So I think that there's it makes it even more individual.
Yeah.
So I really love it. I love what you're doing. The price points are on point.
Fire.
They're perfect because anybody can afford it, and it's going to be a piece that they can keep forever, and it really becomes something special.
Yeah, I always say that, make that joke. I've had a lot of stuff passed down from my parents. The thought of this getting passed down to someone's kid one day is the coolest idea ever.
It's the coolest,
They're like,
right?
Dad, this is lame. We wore this back in the day.
Yeah, right. And it's like, and then all of a sudden they have it on, right? My kids love going through my stuff, right? Because I'm 60 years old, man. Like, it was interesting. I took my children to Italy 5 weeks ago, and we were looking at the silver, right? And they all wanted to come home with silver necklaces and stuff. And they're like, Papa, you have all of these. And I'm like, I've been in Italy my whole life, 50 times, So yeah, it's interesting as your collection lays out what it looks like and in the pieces and letting, I let all my kids pick some of my pieces.
Awesome.
And it's just cool as chips. I want to get some of these in my collection.
Yeah, you should see my collection. Being the guy that owns this, I got hangers in my wall. Right? Yeah, there's hundreds of them, but I still keep the same. The few pieces I got of jewelry from a brand like Vitali and this brand called Rare Romance that I still look up to a ton. But I still have my first pieces from them, and I keep it in the room because, I started wearing that and I could tell the difference. People are like, "I love jewelry. I love your jewelry." And we put in so much effort and thought in our minds about what's to make us different. What'll make me look like this? What'll make me look like that? I never thought that just putting a necklace on would be that standout, thing for people.
Yeah, and it catches your eye, right?
Yeah.
The way you're designing necklaces, it catches your eye. The way you're wearing them, right? You're clearly masculine. You've got this really strong look,
Thank
and
you.
then you have this shiny necklace on. You're like, yeah, man, I can do this.
Bling bling.
Right? Yeah, and you can peacock a bit with it, and it makes it fun and attainable and gives permission. I like that part of it. Like, you're giving permission to people to be individuals.
Yeah.
Right? We're in a world, especially in Utah, where the box is so defined, right? And you're saying, yeah, I don't really dig that box. Build your own.
Yeah, I was one of the first messages I ever got when I dropped this company. A kid messaged me and he was like, "Hey man, I've never been complimented in public before on something I was wearing, and yesterday I went out with that necklace on." Like, I had 10 people come up to me and be like, "I love your necklace." He's like, "You made me feel like the boss man today." And that just lit me up, man. I'm like, that's crazy. So over the years, we've gotten messages from people saying stuff like that, and it's so heartwarming, but it's also the most motivating thing you can read, man, because it's all what it's all about.
Yeah. So if you guys are sporting any of Jax's XX products, man, just snap a shot, put it on your Instagram, text him over, collab with him on it, and in this way you can get seen and you can start to work on your individual look and let everybody else give you some feedback and enjoy the compliments, man. You know, it's cool what you're doing, brother.
Thank you so
It's
much.
just badass, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
What's your one piece of advice to young cats who are thinking about doing their own gig?
Well, that's a great question. I've never been asked that before. Um, you know, honestly, I think the best piece of advice would be, dude, if you have an idea, just do it. You know, I've had so many ideas over the years, and sorry, Dad, if you ever hears this, but my dad's also, you know, he's got so many ideas, and I've never, you know, just watched a lot of them fall short. And I always grew up, man, and watched that kind of stuff. But got an idea, just jump on it, do it. If it's gonna go wrong, you're gonna at least learn a lesson, figure it out after that. But
Yeah,
it's been one of these things that you just got to shoot your shot. You know, you never know what Instagram post is gonna go crazy, and next thing you know, you're selling thousands of necklaces.
I know. And
So
you know, so I love that because I used to coach a gentleman, his name is Les Brown, and if you're in the motivational community, you know it. Les has this thing that he says that, you know, he's in the graveyard, and it's the graveyard of dreams, and they're screaming at you. You know, I entrusted you, I
yeah,
inspired you, and you let me die with you because you didn't take action. Take action on your dreams. The worst thing that can happen is they fail, but they've already failed if you don't take action. You
yeah, I've
know,
had a we used to do my brothers and I did a lot of drop shipping products, and remember there was this one thing. It was during COVID. There was a ring you could wear that showed about your body temperature, like a mood ring.
hmm
And I asked my little brother, who was like the drop shipping genius, I'm like, should I do this? He's like, no, don't do it, man. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. 2 weeks later, I saw or 2 months later, me and my other brother saw a page. This website had been selling like tens and tens of thousands of them. I was like, you got to be shitting
come
me.
on, man. You
So
know?
it's our ongoing joke between my brothers and I now. Every time we have an idea that Van says is bad, we're like, okay, it's a genius idea.
And you know what? And here's the thing: it's people really want to put you in a box that they
Yeah.
already live in. Man, I'm not interested in your box because your box has your outcome. So unless you have the outcome that I'm looking for, and you know, you're either going to encourage me or discourage me. If you're not encouraging me, I'm out. You know,
Yeah, I think that's a lot of things with society too nowadays. You know, like I never went to school. My mom, you know, she had money saved up for me to go, and it broke her heart. But you know, I didn't ever want to be. I don't want to do the rat race. You know, like
yeah.
I want to be a creative. Want to be an
Well, you
entrepreneur.
are a creative. You're
Excuse me.
not doing the rat
Yeah,
race. You are inspiring people in multitude of ways. You're giving people permission to start their own companies. You've started your own
yeah,
company. You're integrating with the people that you really respect, the DJs and the musicians and the artists, and your pieces are being seen by the world every single day, man. You've
yeah.
already arrived. Now you've just got to kind of build the ship that can deliver more product.
Right.
Right. So I'm super proud of you. Thank you for taking the time. Here's the deal, though. Dude, I got to have you back. I want to see those hats.
Yeah.
I want to see the hats. I want to see the rings. I want to see the bracelets.
I'll bring the whole buffet next
We
time,
want the
man.
whole buffet. I want a hat sitting right here. I'm actually going to bring in a hat. We want to figure out how to jazz it up. I think one of these sitting around a hat, right? Just peacocked up,
That's
baby.
exactly what I would do is wrap one of these around a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a stack of them in my closet, so we'll see.
Yeah, man. We got to make it. We got to make it. We got to let people know it's yours, baby.
Do
I
it.
love what you're doing. I'm super psyched. Thank you for making the time. This is the Utah Business Spotlight. I'm here with Jaxx. If you want, find him where?
XXByJaxx.com and XX By Jaxx on Instagram. Happy shopping.
And reach out to this young man. Say hello. Tell this young cat you want something made specifically for you.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. If you need something special for your lady or vice versa, just let me know as well.
Christmas, birthdays, don't pigeon-toe yourself into Valentine's Day, right? Christmas, birthdays, graduation, just for nothing. Show up, baby. We love it. Thank you, Jaxx.
Thank you, boss.